Good to see you. Can we go through team news that you might have for us? You lost Alex Henderson the other night, didn't you?
Yeah, so we've got a medical meeting, funny enough, Andy, in the next 15 minutes or so. So we'll find out more. But I took him off with, being more cautious than anything. So I think it's just a little niggle. I don't know the extent of that, but it wasn't too bad after the game. So we'll see.
Fair to say you've got more options.
Yeah, oh, definitely. It's just great to have, Sean Morley, and everyone's seen what he done the other night. Tyler Walton. So yeah, it's great. Charlie Caton's coming back as well. He's on the bench and he's been on the game before. So yeah, so we've got more bodies coming back.
At any level of football, John, how much easier is it for the head coach when you have got bodies in to... You're going to have to disappoint some lads this weekend.
Yeah, but that's the nature of the job, isn't it? At the end of the day, you want everyone fit, you want everyone chomping at the bit, and I think you want your best players on the pitch for whatever opponent you're playing against then. So, it changes from time to time and what have you with that. But to have everyone back fit and ready to go, I mean, obviously long term we've got Kelsey Mooney, but other than that, we're really looking forward to this now.
Just in terms of Sean Morley and Tyler Walton, is it a case of building them up gradually?
Yeah, so the plan was spoke to Sean. Sean's you're 38 years of age, but you wind him up and he just goes, doesn't he? And doesn't want to stop, to be honest. So we had the conversation beforehand, which we've had before with him, where he just goes, no, I can play another 5, I can play another 10 and so on. But he was good as goal the other day and come straight off as soon as we said, we'll get you to 50 tops, 55, and he was off. So it's the same with Tyler. So, he'll have to get his game legs, but he showed on Tuesday that he's got them coming back.
I think Sean is showing that age is just a number, and he has ever since he's come back here, yeah. John. Have you sensed in his time back at the football club that in any way, the older he gets, the more he kind of slows down? Or do you think he could go on and on?
I just don't see him slowing down, Andy. I just can't see it. We're not that we're waiting for it, but, with age tells you that, you sort of, you do start, losing half a yard or whatever it is, or you're not as sharp, or getting, whatever that is, or you sort of lose your touch, whatever. But I don't see any of that at all. He just keeps going and going, and he's just... he just keeps producing what he done on Tuesday. It's fantastic, isn't it?
I've heard him talk about looking after his body, and you hear a lot of footballers say that towards the tail end of their career, John, and they often say, if I'd have started my career like this as well, I might have gone on and on and on. But he seems, whatever he does, it seems to be working.
Oh, I mean, I've just want to make it continue. He's an absolute monster. So, he sits there at half time, he's got his top off and he looks like Rambo. So, you're just going, wow. But he's powerful. He can back it up with everything that he's doing, because, as I said, he produces what he did on Tuesday. It's great for the club.
When the draw was made for round 1, what were your thoughts?
You'd always like to have a home tie. But, the next best thing is getting a non-league club. Not that it was a foregone conclusion, but because they're always tough. There was different challenges, if you like. We had that last year with Rushall. So I've got that again now with Gainsborough, and Russell's he's been in the game a long time. He's managed, he's played a load of games, and he's managed plenty of teams as well. So he'll have them organised, he'll have them at it. They've had some really good results. I know they beat Hartlepool in the last round, but they beat Redditch in the trophy, I think, on Saturday, and the last away game, I think they beat Workington as well, 2-1. So he'll be well organised, Russell. I'm expecting a real tough challenge.
It was some result away from home in that cup replay, wasn't it, at Hartlepool?
It was. I watched it, to be honest. I didn't go to the game live, but I watched it, and they put a really good performance on. They played some really good stuff. They can mix it up. They can physical. They got some talented players, individual talented players. So, as I said, it'll be a really tough challenge for us, but one that we're looking forward to.
Is the Rushall experience something you can draw on, do you think?
Definitely. I was thinking about that this morning. We were having a chat about it, because that was a big challenge, because you go into Rushall, I think they were bottom of the league at the time, and plus the tight-knit ground, and also the Astro that it was on. Probably people forgot that it was on Astro as well, so that was another challenge within itself. But as I said, we'll prepare and we'll do everything right, because we're the professional club, if you like, and everyone's expecting us to fall. But we'll go there, and we'll go there with a plan, and hopefully we'll get through.
Do you feel that everyone's expecting you to fall?
100%. 100%. That's the thing about it, isn't it? It's because when you've got, where everyone thinks it's going to be a giant killer type of thing, because they're doing okay where they are in the league, and as I said, they've done all right getting through this round of the cup. They've done well last year in the cup. So it's on television for a reason. So that's the way I see it. But at the end of the day, is we'll approach this as if we're approaching someone playing in our league, all right?
The importance of the FA Cup to Accrington Stanley. Did last season show exactly what that was all about? That You got a dream day. The players got the highlight of the career probably, John, as a manager to be stood alongside Arnie Slot. I mean, just tell us about the experience now that it's, what are we, 10 months on?
Yeah. Well, it was unbelievable, wasn't it? Because, you know, you go back to, you know, the clip of Josh Woods jumping around his living room with his brothers or, you know, his friends and stuff. You know, I remember just sitting there with my wife, Suzanne, and, you know, come through and it was like, you know, ball, I think we were 51, I was on Liverpool or we were, or ball 20, whatever it was, and I was just like, it was just surreal, you know, you're just thinking, wow, and then, you know, you jump around, your phone doesn't stop, and then within a flash you go, oh, now we're playing Liverpool at Anfield. It was like, wow. And then that's where the work starts, and, you know, at the end of the day, as you just said there, you go there with a plan. You're playing against world-class players, a world-class manager, you know, and what they've achieved and what he's achieved, and you just think to yourself, it was surreal, but it was an unbelievable experience, probably one of the best experiences I've ever had in my football career, especially as a manager. But we went there, and we didn't go there and just, you know, sort of surrender. We went there with a plan, and then it took them half an hour to score, and then it took Trent 42 minutes, I think it was, just before half-time, to put that rocket in the corner to go 2-0. So to have that experience and for lads to have that, and that got, you know, no one's taking that away from us. It was the best ever, and we want more of that now. And
in terms of the serious side of football, financially, that must have done the club a world of good.
Oh, it's also, when that's what the cup, it's like football fortune, isn't it? You know, that's what you want. You want more of them. So I'm sure Gainsborough will be thinking exactly the same thing. So, you know, as I said before, Russ will have them organised, and hopefully, you know, we can get through. I said the onus is on us to go and do that because we're a professional club, and we can get one of them dream ties again.
You've played non-league football. You've played in the FA Cup for this football club when it was non-league, John. When you do draw the big fish in the EFL, what goes through the non-league player's mind?
Well, exactly that. You know what, you want to prove a point. You want to prove that you should be playing professional football, which I ended up getting there. So you end up wanting to do that. You want to prove to everyone that you should be at a certain level in the professional game. So I know what the challenge is. So I know what it's like. I know it's like, you know, you've got to sort of approach it like, you know, you're playing someone professionally in the league in terms of, you know, the club, our club that is, because I know what they're coming up against. I know what the mentality of the non-league player is, being one myself. So at the end of the day, you've got to go out and do what you're supposed to do your job, and hopefully you get the right result.